Hi guys, welcome to my channel Farm Bulletin. Today I am going to explain you the topic Accelerator Stability Studies. I think you all are aware about the Accelerator Stability Studies. To know about the Accelerator Stability Studies, but we should be clear what is stability studies. In this presentation, I am going to cover about introduction of stability studies, Arrhenius equation, steps involved in prediction of self-life, addition of overages, conclusion and reference. Coming to the introduction of stability of a dosage form to maintain the physical, chemical, therapeutic, microbial properties of a dosage form. So it is measured by rate of changes take place in the dosage. What are the uses for a studying of stability? It helps to know about the quality of the product with varies in time, then shelf life of a drug product to determine the storage condition and helps to know about the container closure system suitability. We have seen the uses of the stability studies, why we need to study what is the necessary of the stability studies. Main thing is the quality of the product. We need to know about the quality of the product because the quality of the product is very important, as the quality is nothing but the standardity of the product. To know about the shelf life, storage efficiency, toxic product, and the major things that involved in the stability studies necessary is nothing to get a proper product. We need to analyze the factors that affects the stability or the standardity of the product. For that we need to go for the stability studies. Some of the factors that affects the stability studies is nothing that we all are aware about, that is temperature, thermal degradations, etc. Types of stability studies. According to USP, the stability studies are divided into chemical, physical, microbiological, therapeutic, toxicological, etc. So, in the chemical type, we are going to study about the chemical integrity and potency. In physical appearance, uniformity of a product. Microbiological, which is very important, that is the sterility of the product. Then the therapeutic is nothing, the drug actions remain unchanged for a long period of time, that to be studied. Then toxicology, no increase in toxicology because the toxicity, normally some toxic product will be there in the drug content, so some limits are allowed so that should not be exceed the limit. Then the stability studies testing according to the ICH guidelines. The guidelines are Q1A R2, Q1B, Q1C, Q1D, Q1E and Q1F. So from this all guidelines we can able to study about the stability test of new drug substance, new dosage forms, photo stability testing, then bracketing and matrixing, designs of a stability testing, evaluation of stability data and the stability data packages, etc. So all those things we are can able to study from those guidelines, that is the ICH guidelines. As later stability studies, the stability to study the predict of the shelf life of a product by isolating the rate of decomposition, then by increasing the temperature of a reaction. So now we have the so much advanced branches of kinetics. Then from that we can able to predict the shelf life. Then the how we are going to prepare predict the stability by using the accelerated stability studies. So here the preparation is subjected to high stress during the stability testing. So commonly we are using the high stress to be subjected to the product. So the highest tests which are included in these preparations are temperature, humidity and light. Not only these three things, other than this moisture, etc. So here I am going to explain you about the high stress studies. Test at elevated temperature. Here the drug solution or drug product or preparation which is stored at 50 degrees Celsius, 60, 70, 85, 100 and 121 degrees Celsius. So the study is performed at relative temperature or refrigerator temperature. So here sampling is done at the interval of first year 3 month interval, in for the second year 6 months interval. Here the climatic zone, that is the temperature, is very important factor which may affect the stability of the product. So the temperature on the earth zone is not the same as in every region, because the climatic zone is divided into the four main parts, that is the temperate zone, Mediterranean zone, tropical zone and the desert zone. In the temperate zone 21 degree Celsius 45% RH, that is relative humidity. Then Mediterranean 25 degrees Celsius 60% RH. Tropical 30 degrees Celsius 70% RH. Desert zone 30 degrees Celsius 35% RH. As every zones are at different degree of temperature and different humidity, we can't make the stability same as in all the zones. So for a drug, it should enhance its stability in all the four zones. So the drug should be this way that every zone should enhance its stability. Test at high intensity of light. So here the drug substance may fade or darken on exposing to light. So how we are going to control this fading and dark? By using the ambient glass or the opaque container. Here how we are going for the test. Here the drug product or drug substance is exposed to 400 and 900 Fc. Fc is nothing, a foot handles of light of illumination for 4 at 2 weeks to light, and the another sample is protected from the light. Here we can find the appearance and chemical laws, so that to be recorded. So after the result obtains, both the batches to be compared and the stability test is evaluated. So example, here I have given about the cycloprofen drug that becomes yellow after 5 days when it was under the 900 degree Fc. Next, test at high pressure of oxygen. So oxygen also may cause the affect the sensitivity of the drug. So here we are going to analyze the sensitivity of the drug. Here we are making the drugs which is packed in the inert atmosphere condition. With that we have adding the antioxidant. So antioxidant is addition is depend upon the drug molecules which we are keeping on atmospheric condition. So another batch where they are without the inert condition. So both the batches are to be compared and their stability test is evaluated. At last I am going to talk about the test at high relative humidity. Here the moisture presence may cause hydrolysis or oxidation, so that also affect the stability of the product. So here we are making the test by exposing the drug to different relative humidifiers. From that we are going to analyze the stability of a product. Coming to the shelf life, that is the very important topic in the accelerated stability studies. So what is shelf life? Shelf life is a time required to reduce the concentration to 90% of its initial concentration. So T90 is equal to 0.105 by K. Stability of the formulation can be determined by shelf life. Then I am going to explain you about how to predict the shelf life. This is the tabular column where I have explained how to calculate the shelf life in zero order, first order, second order and third order. So here the preparation is stored at different elevated temperature to accelerate the degradation, and the sample are withdrawn at different time intervals. So after the sample withdrawn, uh, graph is plotted against the concentration and time. So here we'll get the order of the reaction. The straight line in the graph estimates the K value. So similarly, the graphs are drawn for different elevator temperature. From that, the K value of each temperatures are calculated. Here by using the Aricos relationships, log K values are obtained and it is plotted against reciprocal of absolute temperature. From that we'll get the energy activation. With the help of the energy activation value, extrapolate the straight line to room temperature or refrigerator temperature. From that you can read the log K value on y-axis. From that you can substitute the K value to the equation to get the shelf life of the product. This graph will shows you the different elevated temperature. So the straight line which passing through the different elevated temperature, from where we'll get the K value. From that K value will get the log K value. From that you can apply to the equation to get the shelf life of a product. This graph represents the Aricos relationship between the equation and the K value. So I have told about the Aricos equation relationships in the above prediction of a shelf life. So here what is Aricos equations that we are going to see here in this slide. So what is Aricos equation? The dependence of a rate constant K of a chemical reaction on the temperature T and the activation EA gives the Aricos equation. So K is equal to A minus EA by RT, where K is equal to specific rate constant, A is equal to Aricos factors, EA is equal to activation energy, R is equal to ideal gas constant, and T is the absolute temperature. So when we are going to take the log on both sides, we'll get log K is equal to log A minus EA by 2.303 RT. RT is a relative temperature. So with the relationship with the Aricos equation, we are estimating the K value. The reaction is conducted at a separate temperature, that is example 30, 40, 50, etc. Then concentration is determined at different time period. Order of the reaction is identified. From the slope of a line, K is calculated. This activation energy also involved in the prediction of shelf life. So now I am going to cover about the activation energy. Activation energy, it is defined as the energy that must be overcome in order to chemical reaction to occur, or it may be defined as minimum energy required to start a chemical reaction. Activation energy of the reaction is usually denoted by EA. EA is the electron affinity and the unit of the kilojoules per mole. So these diagrams represent the reactant with the help of the energy activation energy it converted to the product. So here enthalpy is making the main role here. So what is enthalpy? Enthalpy change is the amount of heat involved or absorbed in the reaction at constant pressure. So the graph is plotted against energy on y-axis and reaction on x-axis here, and EA is the electron affinity, which is the amount of energy released when electron is attached to the neutral atom or a molecule in a gaseous state to form a negative ion. So now we are going to see what we can estimate from the activation energy. A graph can be drawn by taking log K on y-axis and reciprocal temperature on x-axis. The straight line is obtained. From the straight line, the slope of a line is negative and the magnitude is EA by 2.303 R. So the intercept which corresponds to log A. All the concept in the Aricos equation can be obtained from the graph. So I have covered the things which have interfered in the oscillator stability test. So now I am going to cover the oscillator stability test which involved in the particular dosage form. So now I am going to talk about the moisture absorption. In this method, the product is placed in the environment of high relative humidity and controlled temperature. So here we are placing the product in high relative temperature, uh, sorry, not temperature, humidity and controlled temperature. That is, the product is placed in a small campet. Campetness is nothing but a basket which contains different saturated salt solution. So here what we are going to assess physical and chemical change of a product. The result will indicate whether the product is acceptable to. From that we are going to analyze the whether the product is acceptable to moisture or not. Next, oscillator test for a suspension. So if we are going for a high speed of centrifugation, suspension will end up with cake formation. So here we are not preferring the high speed centrifugation, low speed is recommended. Here we are using a technique to analyze the stability of a product. Freeze-thaw cycling method. So this method will helps to know about the particle size distribution and crystal habit of a dosage form or a drug substance. As later stability testing in emulsion. The emulsion is stored at elevated temperature. This decreases the viscosity of the continuous phase. So if the emulsion withstand, if the emulsion can able to stand the stress, no other type of stability testing is not needed, because if it is withstand the stress we can tell that it is at normal condition of a storage. So here we are using the same centrifugation method. Here will may occur the creaming and flocculation. So first the emulsion is subjected at different centrifugal speed and the phase separation phase is observed at different time periods. So if the emulsion is a bad emulsion, it instantly eliminates the oil. If emulsion is in a good condition, so there is no separation of oil phase. So addition of overages. You may have a doubt why I have included the addition of overages in this presentation. So the main thing of the addition of overages is it doubles the shelf life of the product. For that purpose, I have included this addition of overages in this presentation. So what is addition of overages? Overages may be a drug substance or a drug enhancer, something else that may give the 100 percentage of the shelf life of a product. So overages can be calculated from the oscillator stability studies when it was added in the time of manufacture. So overages also should be within the limits which is compatible with the therapeutic requirement. And the addition of overages doubles the shelf life that I have explained you before, because the main thing of this addition of overages is it doubles the shelf life of the product. And mostly you can see this addition of overages in the multivitamin preparations, where we are mostly using the addition of drug substance to enhance the shelf life of a product. So, what are the limitations that to be followed by in the isolated stability testing? First point, as it will be valid, the drug will be valid only when the breakdown depends upon the temperature. Then the energy of activation obtained in the studies that I have explained you before slide, the energy of activation. I hope everyone is remember about the energy of activation. So that value should be between 10 to 30 kilocalorie by mole. The important factors degradation. Here, if it is because of microbial contamination, photochemical reaction, diffusion, excessive agitation, etc. If the degradation happens due to this following factors, it is not to be valid. Then when the product loses its physical integrity at high temperature, if the product loses its physical integrity on applying or exposures to the high temperature, it is not to be valid. And the major thing that is there, if the order of the reaction get changes at elevated temperature, that also not to be valid. So these all are the limitations of isolated stability testing. Last, the conclusion part. Here we'll get the knowledge about the stability testing, stability of the product, and the isolated stability testings. That all coming with the main primary reasons. The product should or must appear fresh, elegant, and professional for long as remain same. And the multi-dose containers, the uniformity of the dose is very important, and the active ingredient must be available to the patients through the expected shelf life. So these are the three primary reasons which we are get the knowledge about the stability of the product. So this is the reference I have referred. Thank you. Last but not the least, I'm ending with this. Guys, if you are understand from my presentation, comment me. And if you like my presentation, please like, share, and subscribe.